Hello worldies and welcome back to my naughty little channel. Thank you to all of you who have been asking where I am. All of you have been sending your vent sessions to my email address. I am going to be sharing this story soon. I'm like out of breath. I have been doing some research and I just really want to rant about my findings. I've been conducting a scientific study where I have been comparing all of the women that I get along with and all of the women that I don't get along with in my real life to see, is there are there any trends? Of course, I don't get along with women who are looks challenged for the most part. And I don't really get along too much with big backs either. But I have been going deep and I found that there's a very specific body type actually that I don't get along with. And it is absolutely crazy to me to be, as far into my adulthood as I am and to have just now discovered this. But let me tell you something. My world does not get along with women who are shaped like Mike Wazowski. I don't know what it is about women who are all tit, all stomach, no leg, no booty cheeks. I don't know what it is. I do not get along with women like that. And as I really go through my life and I've even analyzed my past, women who have disliked me for no reason, women who have just decided to be my ops for, absolutely no reason. It is always a woman who is shaped like Mike Wazowski. So I've been gone, obviously for some time, and I'm so thankful that you guys have still been rocking with me and patiently waiting for me to come on back. But what I discovered in the time that I was gone is that even if I change my environment, I am never going to get along with a Mike Wazowski shaped woman. And I have decided that for my safety and my protection, I am going to just start stereotyping people. I mean, I already do stereotype certain groups because, you could call it whatever you want, but I think in my head, it's just pattern recognition. My brain is just trying to keep me safe. And it's like, hey, the last 10 times that you met a woman who was shaped like Mike Wazowski, y'all didn't get along. She was your op. She was, and it's like the girl will be beefing with herself, but it's like my nervous system hates women like that. For those of you who don't know, my job before the one that I'm working now, I was working for a big back, which is why you guys were getting such consistent psychology of a big back, series videos. I was working all day with this big back, all day, dang near every day. And it was very stressful to me because, you know, I like to have the soft life. I do everything within my power to give myself the soft life. This is at different socioeconomic statuses. I definitely have gained more wealth privilege as of recently, but even in times that I had a lot less than what I have now, I have always, worked towards giving myself the soft life in ways that I can, because I really do think that it's just a mentality. You can still live a soft life in certain ways even when you don't have wealth privilege. It's really about your limiting beliefs, in my opinion, that, there are Dollar Trees all over the place. There's Amazon where you can get stuff for cheap. There's Shein and Temu. You can get yourself, whether that's through getting self-care things or getting a journal, or me, I really like sticky notes and stuff like that. Or even getting certain things and like I like to get like my water bottle in a certain color and my keychain and all those stuff. I like to be color coordinated because all of those things kind of, to me, it feels like the soft life. People stereotype me as being feminine and organized, and I get away with being a lot more assertive and cold, I would say, in my real life due to some of these positive stereotypes that are working overtime for me. But um I've just kind of realized that whenever it comes to a Mike Wazowski woman, she has this really weird behavior towards me. And to, I need you guys to tell me in the comments down below, like, is it just me? Because, you know, I really am like, I'm not the type where when I meet you, well, I should say I used to not be this type. I used to not be the type to where I would meet somebody and put them in a box. I used to be like, oh, I'm going to be open and kind to everyone until I discover that I shouldn't be. But way too many times have I done that, and it didn't really work out in my favor. And not in the sense of me trying to like look to gain, but I'm also not looking to be drained. I've learned that when it comes to friendship, acquaintances, and stuff, I really just need to stay around women who like have the same BMI as me or like lower. I work with mainly people who don't give me any trouble, mainly people who make my nervous system feel nice and calm and everything. And I realized that the person who really just riles me up the most is the only person in there that is shaped like Mike Wazowski. And I'm kind of really thinking about it because there is more than one big back in this company that I work in. But I noticed that and this might sound strange because I've been really trying to discover the nuance of my hater archetype. Something I've noticed, I don't know if it's because of in the media and beauty standards, it's like praised to have more of a Coke bottle or even sometimes like a pear shape. Um, I've noticed that I don't have as many issues with more pear shaped um big backs, or even hourglass Coke bottle type shape women. I feel like when they are distributed in a very what we typically would call a feminine type of way, they're more so looked at as maybe a BBW. That's what, when I think of a BBW, I think of a woman who she may have um a high BMI. She might be, technically obese or something, but she still may experience pretty body privilege in the sense that she is larger, but the way that, whether it's her genetics or what she's eating, or maybe she is kind of working out sometimes, maybe she's wearing shapewear, I don't really know. When a woman is big and Coke bottle, big and pear shaped, womanly types of curves, we seem to get along better. I don't get certain vibes from them that they really have an issue with me. But what I've noticed about Mike Wazowski shaped women, and if you don't know what Mike Wazowski is, this is if you ever watched Monsters Inc., the little green guy, little one-eyed monster dude, and he's got the big body, and then he has twigs for legs, and oh my god, I'm really thankful to my ancestors. No matter how I came to be, no matter who fell in love, didn't fall in love, slavery, not slavery, immigration, whatever it is. I'm very thankful that I was blessed with the shape that I do, because I feel like you must have did something to the wrong person in a past life for you to be naturally shaped like that. There's just got to be why are you shaped like that? And I'm not throwing shots at people who have done nothing to me. Throughout my life, it has always been a top heavy, oddly shaped, letter P shaped woman. And I'm talking think of Wendy Williams, huge chest, skinny little legs, no booty that I could think of. Those types of women, whether they don't even have to be a big back. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the proportions or something like that, because I'm very blessed that I carry my weight in a very feminine way. I would say that I'm more of a thick fit type of body type, and I used to not always think that, but I've had girls who are really petite and more, I would say, model-esque, because I would say like I kind of have more of like a baddie type of body, um like I'm definitely something type of thick, but I've been having a lot of like really petite model-esque type of women asking me about like my leg workouts. So I guess that other people do like see like my calf muscles, and I guess like my quads and stuff like that, and my backside I've been asked about before too. So that's why I'm like, okay, maybe the way that I'm shaped, maybe people, I guess I look like I work out. I'll see a lot of times women who have a different type of body type who are friendly towards me. We both give each other feminine privilege and, pretty privilege and things like that. But if that girl wants to gain more muscle, specifically like in her lower half, I notice that, she will come to me for advice and ask me like, girl, what do you be eating and stuff like that. And it's like, it really is like them trying to be nice, them like, I take it as a compliment and everything. And I think that's why it just goes to show that like um hierarchy thinking doesn't serve you. Like there might be something on her body where I'm like, oh, that would be cool. Of all the women that I work with at my new company, it's like the one who's shaped like Mike Wazowski. I've noticed it's like, I feel like sometimes people try to say that in this corner of the internet, like all this types of content, that we are mean girls, we're mean spirited and things like that. But I it's not that. It's that like, how do I phrase this? I feel like women who specifically are looks challenged and shaped like Mike Wazowski, I feel like they feel inferior to me, and they start doing things that exposes that they're pedestalizing me. So I'm not putting myself up higher, but they literally kind of do things to kind of like just show that they see me as superior, which is like, I don't think that's a good thing for their mental health. Like I don't understand, why would you not just like elevate? But like, why would you not get inspired and elevate instead of doing these little weird things? So like, comment down below if you've ever dealt with a woman who like, maybe, to just like objective types of standards, or just like what you see on social media and stuff. Like let's say you just fit certain types of beauty standards more than she does, where it's like, I don't know of any culture where being top heavy really is like a thing. Like I don't know, but maybe like you're more stylish, or you're just very into fashion, you receive a lot of positive validation on like your diet and your body and your fashion sense and everything, deciding like what type of image you want to have and putting in time to cultivate that. I feel like some women, they will literally, like, they see you walking in just really having figured out your aesthetic. You're looking very fashionable, you're looking very put together, you're not necessarily looking like you're trying too hard, you're just looking very put together. It's just giving. And it's not saying that it's not giving with her, because me, I'm not the type of person where I'm just going into a room trying to like compare myself to everybody. It just kind of happens that I'll notice trends where certain women who are similar body types to me, or even more petite, different types of more pedestalized body types and more pedestalized features and things like that, they seem to get along with me better. And then the women who are shaped like Mike Wazowski, have an issue with me. I noticed that like they will want to start conversations unprovoked about their diet or their fashion. That's the one I've been dealing with a lot lately. Is she sees you walking in on point, and she like, I don't know if she thinks that you're about to point out a flaw on her. Like I'm not. Like I'm the type of girl where it's like, if you have something that needs to come together, I'm going to pull you aside privately and help you fix it. Like let's say, because that's the type of women that I spend time around, that's what they do. They'll help me. We'll be somewhere playing hair salon at the business, or in the company bathroom or whatever. Oh girl, let me help you with this. Let me, oh, your tag's inside out. And I'm going to do it very discreet, because that's the type of women that I spend time around, that's how they treat me. And that's the type of women I want to attract as friends and acquaintances. And even for like networking for my career and whatnot, very much like, hey girl, let me help you fix this. Like, I'm not the one who's going to put you on blast or anything like that, because it's like, that's just nasty. Like, I don't like stuff like that. I'm way too secure in myself, and I wouldn't want to manifest what probably comes with doing other women like that. I'm like moving around, so sorry if you hear that. But I noticed that like they will call out their flaws, or like almost like they're trying to defend their fashion choices or something like that, which is just kind of weird to me, because it's like me, I'll walk in and I won't be saying anything, and it's like my look and my aesthetic and everything, and just kind of speaks for itself, where I will either just start getting the treatment of someone who has feminine privilege and pretty privilege, or I would get people specifically giving me compliments or asking me about like, oh my god, how did you do your lashes like that, or like, oh my god, I wish I could pull that off, or whatever. Like, I'm in real life, I'm a nice girl. Like, when it's a girl who, like another girl who's pretty and stuff like that, but it's like certain women, they just put me on edge, and I'm just more reserved with them, because I'm like, my brain is telling me that from all the data that it has available, you will probably end up being my op eventually. So I just kind of try not to give too much and be a little bit more reserved with those types of women. But I've had, just within the last week, and it's only Thursday, there was actually two situations today where I just walk in looking super on point, super cute and everything like that. Other girls looking cute or whatever. One girl who, like, she's younger than me, and it's like I kind of um I don't want to say like I feel like she's not as confident as she could be, and it's like I feel like maybe she doesn't know that she's like a baddie. Like, she's like a short girl, she's like hella curvy and everything, and it's like I'll catch myself looking at her because I'm like, dang girl, you look good. And like sometimes, like, even girls who are nice to me, I feel like sometimes they'll feel like a little bit insecure around me or whatever, and she was like, oh, I feel like I'm dressed like a grandma today, but like she had on like a silk type of shirt or something, and it was like a little V-neck, and I was like, girl, no, like that material always looks sexy to me, like you look good. Like, I like and like I said, she's younger than me, so it's like, I've been that age before. I know how it is to just, your body is changed and you're coming into your woman body, you're just trying to figure all that out. So stuff like that I take as like endearing, or kind of like I'm the same way with women who are older than me, that like I look up to their style and their aesthetic, almost where I'm like, dang girl, like I will feel like a little bit insecure towards them, but not in the way that like I'm gonna start hating on them. I'm like, oh my god, like, do you have style tips for me? Or like, I was asking this one girl the other day, like a woman who's like such a baddie, and she's a little bit older than me. She always does the cutest updos. So I was like, girl, can you please one day show me how you do that? Because that is so cute. Like, that's me, like where I'll like fangirl over a girl who's older than me and like very put together and stuff. But this other woman, the Mike Wazowski shaped woman, she's like just unprovoked. She wants to be like, oh, I guess I put on the wrong shoes today, because I guess like the print on her shoes didn't match the print on her dress or whatever, and like she like called attention to it, and I'm like, I don't understand why you're calling attention to that. Like, it's almost as if you just walking in looking the way you do is a statement in and of itself, because it's like every time I've dealt with a woman who just starts calling out her flaws, or basically being like, yeah, like I tried but I don't look as good as you or whatever, not even saying, they're not saying that, but that's what I hear. I hear that you feel like I look good, and like you feel like you need to make excuses or call attention to something, like you're insecure. And it's like, it's almost giving the energy of like, you feel like I'm trying to call out a flaw of yours, and I'm literally not. I literally have said nothing to you. Or like, if I've talked to you, like, I don't give out pity privilege. I give out pretty privilege to other women. I'm not gonna tell you as a 700-pound woman, slay mama queen, hunty, go off. Like, I'm not doing all that. Or if I feel like, because that's the thing, certain women, when they see themselves as inferior to you, they don't give you your pedestal. And so I'm like, for me, it's like a circle, it's like a flow type of cycle where it's like I'm putting out pretty privilege towards other women and they're putting it back towards me. But it's like when it's a Mike Wazowski shaped woman, she just kind of puts a break to the cycle where she like doesn't want to give me my pedestal. And it's like, what do you think? I am not about to give you pity privilege while you're over here just counting my compliments and thinking in your head like, oh, she already knows she looked good, da da da. So literally I'm like, oh, like I got to the point where like I used to always like try to defend the girl or be like, oh no, like you look so good or whatever. But now I'll just like look and be like, like, oh, like that's all you're gonna get from me now. Like it's really giving like you're trying to fish for a compliment or something like that, or like you think that I'm going to insult you, or you feel like me being as beautiful as I am is an insult, and so you're just trying to like beat me to the punch, or like you feel like you're responding to me coming in looking beautiful and put together and stuff, because like I have a very unique style, and I feel like when you have a unique style you're going to get a lot of positive validation, because not only are you beautiful and you have a nice body and everything, and you have a nice personality, but you're wearing accessories that other people don't wear. You're layering your clothes in a way that other people wouldn't. Your fashion sense is unique. I know that when there are certain accessories that I use, that somebody would probably feel like, oh, that's childish, that's doing too much, this, that, and the third. But no, me, I'm gonna wear that still. But I just had to rant for a moment, because I'm like, have you ever dealt with a woman where it's like you didn't say anything about her clothes or anything, but she just feels so inferior to you that she feels like a whole conversation already happened, like your looks just spoke for you, and she just feels like she has to respond with saying like, oh, I tried today, like, oh, let me call attention to my accessory or something like that, where it's just like it's really sad, because some people are going to be like, yeah, girl, that's looking good, but not me. I don't have the energy for it. The energy is never reciprocated. And so yeah, that's my little rant on why I do not like Mike Wazowski shaped women, and I never will. And it is not me being a mean girl. It is just scientific data. I've been doing research, and that's what the science says. So what do you think, worldies? Let me know down in the comments below. Until next time, eyes on the prize.